Hello there. Did you know that pearls are June's birthstone? On the traditional chart, that is. Today I'm going to show you how I make these cute little pearl cluster earrings. Aren't they cute? I think they're adorable. So if you want to see how I make these, just stay tuned and I'll show you how. Okay, so let's get started. I grabbed 18 little white potato pearls here. I'm going to use 9 for each earring. I grabbed a pair of ear findings. These happen to be lever backs. They open in the back. They hook into your ear and they snap closed. Nice and secure. You can use whatever you want. I just happened to grab that pair. So to wrap the pearls, I grabbed 22 gauge. I already have this feeling that it's not going to work. I think it's a little too big. Yeah, my pearls aren't fitting on, so I'm going to have to go with 24 gauge. Here's some 24 gauge round sterling silver that I have. And this is from Monster Slayer. Just so you know, I just found out Monster Slayer is going out of business and they're having a clearance sale as of now. So if you want to go check that out, it's monsterslayer.com. That saddens me that they will no longer be in business. All right, let's try the 24. 24 works. Now we need to cut 18 pieces of wire, but I'm not sure on the length yet. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut a test and see if it fits. But first I'm going to pound it out. Things to keep in mind while you're hammering. Probably best to hammer the flat edge and not the tapered edge. You'll get a nicer look. And make sure you just do the very bottom so you don't have much sticking out of your bead. Make sure you don't taper too far up. You can just put the very end of it on your block here or whatever you're using. See how that looks. Let's grab one of my beads here. These guys look like they're about 6 by 4s. If you're curious, I'm thinking 1 1/4 inch should be enough, so let's give that a try. I'm showing you how I measure in case your beads happen to be smaller or bigger. Make my wrapped loop. Just gonna cut that little tip off. Kind of an ugly first wrap, but that's pretty much what we're doing here. We're going to make 18 of these, 17 more. So I think I'm going to cut these out ahead of time. 2, 3. Okay, I should have 17 here. Hopefully I counted correctly. I'm going to just go ahead and pound all these out. You can flare them out as much as you want. But with these pearls that I'm using, it doesn't take much. This one has a lot sticking out. This one doesn't. I like that. I'm going to go ahead and try to aim for that. So I'm going to finish mine off and I'll meet you back here. All right, I got them all done and I put my beads on. Some of these I got a little carried away on the hammering, so they stick out a little farther. But that's all right, you know, that makes it look unique and homemade, right? It's not all bad. Okay, so now I just have to make my wrapped loops out of all these. And if you don't know how to make a wrapped loop, I use my round nose pliers to make a loop, and I come through and I wrap it. Grab it with your round nose pliers. Make a 90-degree angle, bring it around. Make a loop. I always grab the loop with another pliers and then wrap it around. This one turned out, but you'll get into a groove and they'll start looking better. And how many have I done over the years? And every time I start making them for a project, they look crummy. But then I find my groove. And they start looking better. And I'm just gonna keep on going. Sometimes if I have a little extra wire, I'm just going to follow it along the top of the bead. It looks kind of like a bead cap. I have my wrap loops all done. There's 18 of them here. All we have left to do is our figure 8 links. For the links I use 18 gauge round wire. I use 1 inch for each figure 8 link. And I need 6 links in total. So what I do is I flush cut the end. Measure 1 inch, flush cut the end. I want both ends flush. And I keep cutting them until I have 6, obviously. What I usually do for these figure 8 links is I make a bunch ahead of time. So they're all ready for me. And I also throw them in this little rock tumbler I have, and that'll shine them up really nice and burnish them. All right, one more. All right, so you got your 1-inch piece of wire and you got your round nose pliers. I go about 1/3 of the way down, depending on how big your round nose pliers are. Just gotta play it by ear and see what size works. You might have to go back to one of the sides and readjust. But they essentially should meet in the middle. So the side I'll adjust and make it just a tad bit bigger. There you go. Here's one. I use my thumb to push it like this. Sometimes I get crooked, so I have to straighten them. Make sure you don't grab them too hard with your pliers, because then you'll dent them. I'll go through and make them all. And then there's still adjusting to do, and I'll show you that in a moment. Now let's just go ahead and adjust if need be, and then add our beads in the meantime. Pull one of the sides out straight to the side. I'm going to put one bead on. This will be your bottom dangler. Go to the other side. I'm going to put 2 beads on. Ooh, look at that. That's not good. Flatten that out. 2 beads on there. Okay, grab another figure 8, pull it to the side, and kind of squeeze it inward a little bit so it closes nice and tight. I'm going to put a bead on. I'm going to put this figure 8 on in between the 2 beads here. There you go. And another bead. So they dangle on either side. And then I close the figure 8. Open the top figure 8, put 2 beads on, close it. Actually, I squeeze it together a little bit, close it nice and tight, give it a squeeze, grab the last figure 8, open that up. Once again, you're going to put a bead on first, and then man, I really... Hold on. I didn't finish these off very good, did I? Okay, so you take your top here, separate the 2 beads, slide that on, grab another bead, and close that up. Is that it? I think we got all 9 on there. 3, 6, 9. Yep. Just make sure the top is nice and tight. If you wanted to add 2 more extra beads, you can do that up here. Or if you don't like the look of the figure 8 link on top, you can just put a jump ring right there. Different possibilities. The lever back just opens up like that. You slip it on and then close it. So there's that. Really cool, right? So just gotta finish off the other side. Did I mess up on that one? Boy, I really sucking at my wrapped loops here. Close that up, make sure everybody's straight. Bead, separate those beads out here and add it. And then close. Add 2 beads to the top. Close that up. Separate them out. And you're on your last figure 8. Slip a bead on. Slip the cluster on. Slip that last bead on. And close her up. Tighten that up. Tighten that up. Aren't those cute? There we are. So cute, right? All right. Aren't they adorable? I think they turned out super cute. I hope you did too. If you liked this tutorial, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. Subscribe if you haven't already. Oh, and before I go, I did make another pair of earrings. Moonstone is an alternative birthstone, so I just happened to make a pair of moonstone and crystal earrings. Same style. They just happen to be on little 3mm ball posts. While I used hammered head pins for the pearls, these I happen to use balled head pins. So yeah, I hope you like these cluster earrings. You can use whatever color, size, shape, bead you want. There's so many possibilities out there. So thanks for making it this far. Have a great week and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.